Hello dear students, welcome again to the biology online classes, and today we will be starting with one more important chapter of plant physiology, that is photosynthesis. So we all know that plants are very important for our planet, and why it is so? Because all the living organisms and even we also depend heavily on plants, not just for food but for oxygen also, as oxygen is a life sustaining gas. So from your lower grades, you all have heard about it that plants do photosynthesis and gives us food and oxygen. So in this chapter, we will be studying that how they will do it and why this process is very important. What are the raw materials they require for doing this process, and how this process will be done in the plants, and what are the adaptations by which they can do this process at maximum level. What are the factors which will affect this rate of photosynthesis, and many more experiments regarding this. So let's start with the photosynthesis. So it is that unique property of a plant of synthesizing their own food in presence of light. So this word photosynthesis itself is clear that photo means light and synthesis means to manufacture anything. And here what they are manufacturing? They are manufacturing food in presence of light. And that's why the plants are called as autotrophs or producers. And this is the process by which they will convert that solar energy of sunlight into the chemical energy, sugar or carbohydrates. Okay, so let us understand that how plants are doing this process. So in the previous chapter, we have already discussed that on leaves they are having a minute pores called as stomata, and through these pores they will perform transpiration as well as the gaseous exchange. Plants will do the gaseous exchange through those stomatas present on the leaves. So by those stomatas only, plants will absorb the carbon dioxide. They will absorb carbon dioxide and they will absorb water from the roots. And then in the leaves, in presence of sunlight and in the leaves, they are having chlorophyll pigment. That's why the leaves are green in color, because they are having chlorophyll pigment present in leaves. So in presence of sunlight and chlorophyll pigment, plants will absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and water from the roots, and finally they will perform photosynthesis and they will manufacture the food, or we can say glucose molecule, and will release oxygen as a byproduct. So photosynthesis is a biochemical process by which green parts of the plant, only the green parts of the plant, because only the green parts are having chlorophyll pigment, and even some other organisms like green algae, they will also manufacture their food in presence of sunlight using carbon dioxide and water as a raw material. So this is the reaction of photosynthesis, that is they will utilize carbon dioxide and water as a raw material. Then in presence of light and chlorophyll pigment, they will synthesize the glucose molecule and will release oxygen as a byproduct and water as a byproduct. So that water will be utilized by the plant body itself and they will release that oxygen in the atmosphere. So एटमॉस्फेयर से कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड एब्जॉर्ब करी, वाटर एब्जॉर्ब किया रूट से, फिर सनलाइट की प्रेजेंस में और क्लोरोफिल पिगमेंट की प्रेजेंस में प्लांट्स विल मैन्युफैक्चर देयर फूड, दैट इज ग्लूकोज, एंड देन they will release their byproduct oxygen outside, and the water is also a byproduct which will be utilized by plant body. Now let us see the process once again. Here it is a leaf containing chlorophyll pigment. So first of all, chlorophyll pigment will trap the sunlight. Okay, and it will take carbon dioxide from the atmosphere through the stomata and it will absorb water from the roots. Now in presence of this sunlight and chlorophyll pigment, plant will absorb carbon dioxide and water. It will utilize both the raw materials and it will synthesize sugar molecules which will get converted into starch. जो sugar molecules ये produce करते हैं उसको फिर वो starch के form में store कर लेते हैं other parts of plant में. Okay, and the byproduct oxygen will be given off into the air once again. Okay, so this is an overview of your process called as photosynthesis. Now, why this process of photosynthesis is very important? Because it is the process by which it will provide food for all, food for us also, and even food for the plant itself. It will help in the growth and development of plant body, and it will also provide food for all of us. Then it will convert the inorganic compounds into the organic compounds, like carbon dioxide will be get reduced to the glucose molecules. And this is the only process which is helpful in sustaining life on the earth, because it will provide food as well as oxygen. It will fulfill the requirement of oxygen in the atmosphere. Now let's discuss what are the raw materials and requirements. So we have already discussed that the raw materials are carbon dioxide and water, and the other requirements are light energy plus the chlorophyll pigment, which is very important for the process of photosynthesis. And this chlorophyll pigment is present in an organelle called as chloroplast, which is unique to only the plant cells. And in the plant cells, that chloroplast is present mainly in the green parts of plant. Now let us discuss one by one these raw materials, how these raw materials will be provided to the plant body and how they will affect the rate of photosynthesis. Now the carbon dioxide will be absorbed by the atmosphere only. In the main source of the carbon dioxide is atmosphere. 0.03% of concentration is present in the atmosphere, and this carbon dioxide will enter through the stomatas which are present on the leaves. Now here you need to understand one basic concept, that how photosynthesis is related to the respiration. So plant will do the photosynthesis only in the presence of sunlight. So this is the physiological process which will occur only in the daytime. At night, when the sunlight is absent, the plant will not perform photosynthesis. But the respiration, all the living organisms will perform respirations for the production of their energy. Okay, by respiration they will break down their food material and they will release energy which will be used by the organism for performing their basic activities. So respiration is the process which will be continued throughout their life. 24/7 hours they will do respiration just like us. So this is the process by which they will do the gaseous exchange, photosynthesis and respiration. So this gaseous exchange will be done throughout their life. Respiration वो हमेशा करेंगे, but photosynthesis they will perform only in the daytime. So here you need to understand that in the process of photosynthesis, they will absorb carbon dioxide and they will release oxygen. And in the process of respiration, just like us, they will also absorb oxygen and they will release carbon dioxide. So these two processes are just opposite to each other. Okay. So here what will happen, that plant body, it will first of all in daylight, plant body will absorb carbon dioxide, it will perform photosynthesis and it will release oxygen out. And then what will happen, that this oxygen will again, a little bit of this oxygen will again absorb by the plant body and it will do the respiration and it will release carbon dioxide. Again it will absorb that carbon dioxide and it will release oxygen as a byproduct of photosynthesis. But at night, when the sunlight is absent, it will perform only and only respiration, means it will absorb oxygen and it will release carbon dioxide. So there will be a time when the sunlight is at maximum peak. At that time, the rate of photosynthesis is much higher as compared to the rate of respiration. But there are times in a full day when the sunlight is not that much high intensity, and at that time the rate of photosynthesis will be equal to the rate of respiration, means there will be no exchange of oxygen or carbon dioxide during that time, and that particular point is called as compensation point. Let us understand this compensation point once again. For example, जैसे ही सुबह हुई, जिस टाइम in this graph, first of all try to understand that this red line is showing the rate of plant respiration and this green line is showing the rate of photosynthesis. Okay, now जैसे ही दिन स्टार्ट हुआ, अभी सनलाइट बहुत ज़्यादा इंटेंस नहीं है, मीन्स द इंटेंसिटी ऑफ सनलाइट इज नॉट मच हायर. एट दैट टाइम रेस्पिरेशन का जो रेट है वो कंटिन्यूसली नॉर्मल होगा, सब टाइम उसका जो रेट है वो ऑलमोस्ट इक्वल होगा. बट फोटोसिंथेसिस कब स्टार्ट होगा? जब सनलाइट स्टार्ट होगी. At around 8 o'clock in the morning, when the photosynthesis of the process will be starting, at that time there will be a point called as compensation point. अब यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है? रेस्पिरेशन के थ्रू प्लांट रिलीज आउट कर रहा है कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड, और उसी कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड को प्लांट फिर से एब्जॉर्ब करके क्या करेगा? फोटोसिंथेसिस. ओके, सो एट दिस कंपनसेशन पॉइंट, जब सनलाइट ज्यादा नहीं है तो फोटोसिंथेसिस की रेट भी ज्यादा नहीं होगी, तो वो जितनी कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड प्लांट बॉडी रेस्पिरेशन के थ्रू बाहर निकाल रहा है, वो उसी कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड को यूटिलाइज करके अब क्या करेगा? उसको कन्वर्ट कर देगा ग्लूकोज मॉलिक्यूल में. सो इस पॉइंट पे अभी क्या हो रहा है? एक्सचेंज ऑफ गैसेज नहीं हो रहा है एटमॉस्फेयर से, अपनी ही निकाली हुई कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड को फिर से एब्जॉर्ब करके उसको कन्वर्ट कर रहा है ग्लूकोज में. सो देयर विल बी नो एक्सचेंज विद द एटमॉस्फेयर से उसने कुछ भी अभी कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड को नहीं लिया है. बट जैसे जैसे अब सनलाइट बढ़ती जाएगी, अब उसको ज्यादा कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड चाहिए, तो जो अपनी रेस्पिरेशन के थ्रू जो उसने कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड निकाली है वो भी एब्जॉर्ब करेगा, प्लस कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड, इट विल एब्जॉर्ब द कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड फ्रॉम द एटमॉस्फेयर ऑल्सो, बिकॉज एट दिस पीक द सनलाइट इज एट हाई इंटेंसिटी. सो यहाँ पे अभी रेट ऑफ फोटोसिंथेसिस बढ़ जाएगा. तो यहाँ क्या होगा? वो एटमॉस्फेयर से भी लेगा, प्लस प्लांट की खुद की रिलीज की भी कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड को भी यूज करेगा. सो फाइनली एट इवनिंग अगेन जब सनलाइट बहुत कम आ जाएगी तो फिर से कंपनसेशन पॉइंट आएगा, मींस देयर विल बी नो एक्सचेंज विद द एटमॉस्फेयर. अभी फिर से क्या होगा? प्लांट अपनी ही निकाली हुई कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड को यूज करके उसको ग्लूकोज में कन्वर्ट करेगा, और इस इंटेंसिटी पे रेट ऑफ फोटोसिंथेसिस इतनी कम होगी कि यहाँ फिर से एटमॉस्फेयर से कोई भी चीज को नहीं लिया जाएगा. सो कंपनसेशन पॉइंट्स आर द पॉइंट वेयर देयर विल बी नो एक्सचेंज ऑफ कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड टेक्स प्लेस बिटवीन द एनवायरमेंट एंड द प्लांट्स. यहां इन कंपनसेशन पॉइंट्स पे जो प्लांट बॉडी खुद कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड रिलीज करती है, उतनी ही कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड सफिशियंट है फॉर द process of photosynthesis. I think this compensation point is clear to all of you. Now, come to the next requirement, that is water and light. So water, we have studied that water they will absorb through the roots and through the xylem tubes. Finally, it will come into the vein system of the leaves, and through that intense veining system, now it will reach up to every cell of leaf. Okay, so less than 1% of water is used for the process of photosynthesis. Whatever the plant body is absorbing the amount of water, उसमें से केवल 1% है जो वो photosynthesis के लिए use करती है. So it is not at all a limiting factor for the process. Now the next is light. So here sunlight is very important factor which will affect the rate of photosynthesis, because both quality and quantity will affect it highly. Maximum photosynthesis will be occurring at red light or blue light of visible spectra. ओके, सनलाइट के अंदर जो विबग्योर और विजिबल स्पेक्ट्रा होता है उसमें से मैक्सिमम फोटोसिंथेसिस होता है ब्लू पे एंड रेड लाइट पे. और जैसा कि ग्रीन जो लीव्स है वो ग्रीन कलर की होती है, बिकॉज इट विल रिफ्लेक्ट द ग्रीन लाइट, दैट्स वाई दे आर ग्रीन इन कलर. सो जब वो रिफ्लेक्शन वाली रेज है, मींस ग्रीन लाइट है, वहां पे वो फोटोसिंथेसिस नहीं करेंगे, बिकॉज ग्रीन लाइट को वो एब्जॉर्ब नहीं करते हैं, वो रिफ्लेक्ट करते हैं. एंड दिस इज द रीजन द लीव्स ऑफ द प्लांट्स आर ग्रीन इन कलर. सो द लाइट इंटेंसिटी वेयर द फोटोसिंथेसिस विल बी मैक्सिमम इज एट ब्लू एंड रेड लाइट. ओके, नाउ नेक्स्ट इज, एंड यस, and even there is one more fact that plants can utilize artificial light also, means they can perform the process of photosynthesis in the presence of artificial light. For example, if we are providing plant suitable intensity light in a closed room, then also they can perform photosynthesis, and this is the main reason we are able to grow the plants in the tissue culture laboratories. Now the next is chlorophyll pigment in the chloroplast of the leaves. So all the plant cells are having their unique property that they will have some plastid, and in the green parts of the plants, means the leaves are having chloroplast as a plastid. So if we'll see the cross section of a leaf, we will see the mesophyll cells present in the leaves. Okay, so this is upper epidermis, lower epidermis having stomatas, and in between those epidermis in the middle portion they are having mesophyll cells. And if we will see one of the mesophyll cell, then we'll see that in the mesophyll cells they are having many chloroplast. So this is the structure of one chloroplast. So to understand the process of photosynthesis which will occur in chloroplast of every green cell, we need to understand the structure of chloroplast. So let us discuss first of all the structure of one chloroplast organelle. So chloroplast is a double membranous organelle, and in this double membranous organelle, the inner membrane is lining the lumen, and that lumen portion, that lumen is the inner space. That inner space is called as stroma. उसको क्या बोलते हैं? Stroma. And in between that inner space or stroma, you will see many disc-like structure. That one disc-like structure is called as thylakoid. ये जो coin-like structure दिखाई दे रहे हैं, इनको हम बोलते हैं thylakoid. And these thylakoids will make a pile. They are arranged one over each other, and they will make a pile, and that pile of thylakoid is called as granum, and all the piles together called as grana, and these granum are interconnected to each other through a fret, or we can say lamella. Okay, so this is the structure, and the chlorophyll pigment, that green color photoreceptor molecule called as chlorophyll pigment, it is present in the membrane of thylakoid. ये जो thylakoid है, इसकी भी जो membrane होती है उसके अंदर chlorophyll pigment present है, और बहुत सारे thylakoid मिलके इस chloroplast को भी green color promote करते हैं. So these chlorophyll molecules which are present in the thylakoid membrane, they are of different types. 9 types are there, and out of which 2 are very important, that is chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. So basically the whole process of photosynthesis will occur in this organelle called as chloroplast, because in the chloroplast only the chlorophyll pigment is present in the thylakoid membrane. Okay, now here you need to understand that process of photosynthesis is divided into 2 parts. Okay, first part is light reaction and second part is dark reaction. So let us understand कि ये दोनों parts कहाँ होते हैं. So first part is light reaction, जहाँ पे कि light का involvement है. That light reaction will takes place in the thylakoid membrane, क्योंकि जो chlorophyll pigment है वो ही light को absorb करेंगे, और जो chlorophyll pigment है वो कहाँ present है? In the thylakoid. So first of all the chlorophyll pigment will absorb the light and it will perform light reaction here. Okay, and afterwards the second process is called as dark reaction. So dark reaction बाद में कहाँ होगा? In that inner space, ये जो grey color का inner space है which is called as stroma region. So we can say that the light reaction will be done in the granum portion and the dark reaction will be completed in stroma region. So we will discuss that mechanism of photosynthesis in detail in the next part. Now here you need to understand the second part of this chapter, that is opening of stomata, because we all know that for the process of photosynthesis they need a raw material called as carbon dioxide, which is a gas, and that carbon dioxide will be absorbed by leaves through the stomatas. So how the opening and closing of stomata will be controlled? We have already discussed about the sugar concentration theory for the process of transpiration in the previous chapter. कि जब दिन का वक्त होगा और लाइट आएगी, सो द गार्ड सेल्स विल परफॉर्म द प्रोसेस ऑफ फोटोसिंथेसिस, एंड एज अ रिजल्ट द गार्ड सेल्स sap will become very concentrated, and then due to endosmosis the water will be withdrawn inside the guard cells and they will become swell, they will become turgid, and as a result the guard cells will be opened. So that sugar concentration theory we have already discussed कि इसके through कैसे stomatas open और close होते हैं by the effect of sunlight. But nowadays there is one more theory called as potassium ion concentration theory. So let us discuss the second theory, potassium ion concentration theory. So in this second theory, let us understand this theory by this diagram. What is happening? In the daytime, when those guard cells will perform photosynthesis, then this guard cells cell shape will become very concentrated, and as a result the water molecules will get inside and the cell will become turgid. So when these guard cells will perform photosynthesis, they will also produce energy called as ATP, because I have already explained you अ लिटिल बिट कि जब क्लोरोफिल पिगमेंट लाइट एब्जॉर्ब करता है तो वो क्या करता है, सेल के अंदर जो एनर्जी के पैकेट्स ऑलरेडी प्रेजेंट है एडीपी और एनएडीपी, वो उनको एक्टिवेट करके एटीपी में कन्वर्ट कर देता है। फिर प्लांट सेल वो एटीपी यूज करती है जिससे कि वो अपना आगे फर्दर फोटोसिंथेसिस कंप्लीट कर सके। सो यहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है, जब फोटोसिंथेसिस होता है तो यहाँ पे एटीपी का प्रोडक्शन होता है, और ये एटीपी क्या करता है, जो पोटेशियम आयन जो है, जो आसपास के सेल्स में, जो एपिडर्मल सेल्स में पोटेशियम आयन की कॉन्सेंट्रेशन है, वो उसको अट्रैक्ट करता है, और इन एटीपीज के थ्रू अब क्या होगा, एक पंपिंग सिस्टम ओपन हो जाएगा और पोटेशियम आयन जो है वो एंटर हो जाएंगे। मीन्स ड्यू टू द प्रोसेस ऑफ फोटोसिंथेसिस हियर द एटीपी मॉलिक्यूल्स विल बी जनरेटेड एंड these ATP molecules will cause the movement of potassium ion into the guard cells, and as a result what will happen, अब ये जो sap है वो और ज़्यादा concentrated हो जाएगा, and then the water molecule will also move inside to means equalize the principle of osmosis, and then the guard cells will become swell, turgid, and the stomatas will be open. And at night what will happen, अब यहाँ पे फोटोसिंथेसिस नहीं होगा तो एटीपी का प्रोडक्शन नहीं होगा, एटीपी का प्रोडक्शन नहीं होगा तो अब पोटेशियम आयंस क्या है, अब बाहर निकलना स्टार्ट हो जाएंगे, और ये जो सेल सैप है वो फिर से डाइल्यूट हो जाएगा। सो देन फॉर द प्रिंसिपल ऑफ ऑस्मोसिस अब वाटर मॉलिक्यूल बाहर निकलने लग जाएंगे, तो ये जो गार्ड सेल्स है वो अब फ्लैसिड हो जाएंगे, सिकुड़ जाएंगे, एंड देन द स्टोमेटा विल बी closed. So this is the second theory called as potassium concentration theory. यहाँ पे केवल आपको इतना समझना है कि जब प्रोसेस ऑफ फोटोसिंथेसिस होता है तो एटीपी जनरेट होते हैं, और ये एटीपी क्या करते हैं, पोटेशियम आयन को अंदर की तरफ पंप कर देते हैं, और जब पोटेशियम आयन्स हैं वो जब अंदर जाएंगे तो जो गार्ड सेल्स हैं उसका जो टॉनिसिटी है वो इंक्रीज हो जाएगा, सेल सैप की कॉन्सेंट्रेशन बढ़ जाएगी, तो अब वाटर मॉलिक्यूल अंदर मूव करेंगे और इन सेल्स को वो स्वेल और बल्ज आउट करके स्टोमेटा को ओपन कर देंगे। और एट नाइट टाइम व्हेन द फोटोसिंथेसिस विल बी स्टॉप्ड, तो अब क्या होगा, एटीपी का जनरेशन यहाँ नहीं होगा, तो ये पोटेशियम आयन बाहर निकल जाएंगे और वाटर मॉलिक्यूल भी बाहर पंप आउट हो जाएंगे, एंड देन द स्टोमेटाज विल बी closed. So this is the second theory for the opening and closing of stomata. So this is the same diagram explaining the same potassium ion theory कि जब water molecules potassium ion बाहर निकले तो water molecules भी बाहर निकल जाएंगे और stomata close हो जाएंगे, और जब potassium ion अंदर जाते हैं तो water molecules भी अंदर जाएंगे equilibrium के लिए, and the stomatas will be opened. Now the next topic is adaptation in leaves for maximum photosynthesis, because a plant need to do a lot of photosynthesis and need to produce a lot of food material. So many plants are having different kinds of adaptation for the maximum rate of photosynthesis. So let us discuss कि ऐसे क्या क्या adaptations उनकी body में आ जाते हैं, उनकी plant leaves में आ जाते हैं जिससे कि वो maximum photosynthesis कर सके. First is they are having thin वाइड फ्लैट फॉर इजी गैसियस एक्सचेंज। जो लीव्स होती है उनकी वो थिन होती है, वाइड होती है और फ्लैट होती है, जिससे कि वो गैसियस एक्सचेंज बहुत ही आराम से कर सके, और इवन दे आर हैविंग अ लार्ज सरफेस एरिया, एंड ऑन दोज लार्ज सरफेस एरिया they are having extensive veining system. Extensive veining system is for rapid transport of water to every mesophyll cell. ये जो वेन्स दिखाई दे रही है, दे आर द पाइपलाइंस एंड दे विल प्रोवाइड वाटर टू एवरी सेल ऑफ लीव्स, जिससे कि वो आराम से फोटोसिंथेसिस कर सके. Okay, next is there are having more number of stomatas and chloroplast. Is greens portion पे even the chloroplast are also present on young stem and some of the fruits, but the large number of stomatas and chloroplast are concentrated on the leaves for maximum photosynthesis. Here these red colored cells are the guard cells forming and stomata opening. Next is all the leaves are arranged right angle to each other, जिससे कि कोई भी एक दूसरे के नीचे ओवरलैप ना हो, छुप ना जाए, सबके ऊपर इक्वल अमाउंट ऑफ लाइट पड़े. सो द लीव्स आर अरेंज एट राइट एंगल टू द लाइट सोर्स सो एज टू ट्रैप मैक्सिमम लाइट फॉर द प्रोसेस ऑफ फोटोसिंथेसिस. सो दीज आर सम ऑफ द adaptations present in the leaves so that they can perform maximum photosynthesis. Now the next topic is mechanism of photosynthesis. So this topic we will continue with the second part of the video, and your today's assignment is just go through the portion which we have completed, try to understand each and every word of your book, and if you have any doubt you just ask me the questions, try to solve, check your progress. Number one, and draw the diagrams, means the structure of leaf and structure of chloroplast and stomata open and close structure in your notebook. Thank you so much.